Hello, 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 hello.
Well, now we're in hell.
Hi.
Can you tell we're related?
I don't mind, baby.
Boy, if you don't get...
Hey. Hey everyone! We're What's That Noise, and we're the edible you just took. So, we'll be with you in about 20 or so minutes, give or take.
Freaking help me.
As I stated in the last video, I found a new band I like, which is Stray Kids. I'm gonna enter some explosions here somewhere because I love them so very much. So I am going to...
Sorry.
They've both heard the song that started this whole thing, but they haven't seen the video. So I'm going to make them watch the video, and then we're going to kind of talk about what we love about the song, the interesting parts that caught my attention in the first place, and yeah, we're just going to go from there. So we're going to hop right into it. It's Stray Kids Venom, which is chef's kiss. Anyway. Yeah.
My name's Carrie, by the way.
Oh, shit.
I'm Carrie. I'm the oldest sister.
So as you can
I thought it
see,
was good.
she is not dead.
Well, and like in the last video, we stated kind of our musical background. So, Carrie, do you want to explain yours?
Yeah. Okay, so I am, like I said, I'm the oldest. 47 to their 30s and 20s. And
20.
Whatever, bruh.
But I have been, let's see, I have been singing since I was, I don't know, church choir, 5 years of age, something like that. And I sang in several different genres: rock, bluegrass, country, rockabilly, just about anything. And we do have, because of our generational gap, we definitely have a wide variety of music that we like. It's just, because we're very much so, we look at the musicality of things as opposed to all you hear is or whatever. We're listening to the musicality of it. We're listening to the lyrics. We're analyzing all that kind of stuff. So different things touch us in different ways, but we're all able to kind of go together with it.
People in different ways.
I don't like when that happens.
I touch people in different ways.
Now, even if it's behind me and not on me, I don't like
That
it.
was sexy.
All right, guys, ready?
Uh-huh.
They're so cute. I love them so much. This is fine.
But see me, I just wanna. It's okay, little guy. You know,
Like, rocking the kids.
just rocking the Stray Kids to bed.
They do. I'm gonna turn it up a little. Oh, it goes so hard for what reason?
Wow. So cute. They have no right. They have no right with all that leather.
Okay, I'm already pausing. I'm gonna apologize for how many times I might pause, just because.
You're fine.
I love a bintro. I love this. It's just his flow, everything.
But they're so sweet looking, and
I
yet
know.
they're all in black leather and chains. And disturbingly, I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's fine.
His cheekbones.
I love that man so much.
I don't even care that I don't understand it.
That was
That's the carpet from The Shining.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. There's not going to be any creepy twins, is there? Okay, cool. Oh, it sure is.
Yeah.
Jenny.
ooh, drama.
Don't look at me like that. He looks so good. He's so cute.
What? No, hold on.
S&M of them.
What?
I want a remote control spider.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Let's
We
make
should do
one.
that for Halloween. This is so S&M.
Ooh, the break.
Amazing.
Oh, he's my favorite.
I love, yes.
Oh, I don't like the gun.
Don't look at me like that.
What are they eating? Oranges?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, they do.
We're going back.
I don't like all the guns.
Is this sex?
No.
Is this what sex is?
It is.
No,
Oh, yeah.
there's other stuff
Oh,
in
yeah.
there.
I don't think they like it, though.
Huh?
I don't think they like it.
Pause it. They're like sniffing the food like it could be poison.
Yeah, yeah. He just ate, did you see him? He ate the cherry and it turned into the spider.
Oh, yeah.
Hear it clinking?
Yeah.
Oh, they got him in the heart. Oh, hold on.
That's cool.
What right do they have to look this good?
God, those eyes.
See when he threw the punch, that's when it hit the corner?
Yeah, well, because they're accenting. So each beginning of their...
It's like Baby Driver.
Yeah. Each beginning of their... So that 808 that goes boom, 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 and goes down, and then you hear that brass hit, and then they come in. There's an extra punch in their accent marks, so they're accenting.
Oh.
And then the brass hit comes in and out of cutoff to create dynamic, like it's swooping in and out so that you can hear their accent, and then it's backed up by the brass hit.
Nice.
Their accent marks. I like him.
I love that noise.
It's so satisfying. Oh, look at the spider webs up on the picture frame.
Yeah.
I love that little at the end. I like how it also, and you'll probably know from a production standpoint what I'm talking about, but it makes you feel on edge. But they're talking about,
Yes,
when you look at the
dissonance.
lyrics, when you look at the lyrics, it's like, I'm trapped. I did this to myself. This probably is not a good situation for me. And they've put the tone into the song where you're like, uh-oh, I should be paying attention. I should be watching out.
Well,
Spiders
it
are
Kind of
creepy.
almost puts you on that line of fight or flight.
Yeah.
Because in the
'Cause
beginning...
it's so many different changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning of the song, that very first measure, it's that pluck, which is weird because it starts out in a very fast rhythm, like a roll, and then it goes into two different types of triplets.
You talking about that?
Yeah,
thing?
that do
I
do
can't
do
make
that part.
That
yeah.
Stray
was
Kids,
professional.
she needs to be in the band.
That was
okay. That was, you don't need
But-
samples. You've got that.
You got me.
But right behind that plucking sample is a hover synth, but it's hovering, it's oscillating in between half steps, but it goes almost from an octave down, like a half octave down. So it's like like an oscillating fan, but it's a half step. So it's dissonance. It's meant to put you on.
Well,
on,
it does.
On
it adds
edge.
to like the whole.
And then
I think that's
yeah.
kind of a common theme with their stuff, though.
It's very
Yeah.
common in like trap music and EDM to put you on edge, and then as soon as that bass hits, as soon as that big fat
You get
chunky
that
808
big
hits,
relief where you guys are like, oh.
yeah, the payout.
But
Because there's a lot of build up, and then all of a sudden it just drops, and you're like, yeah.
They
Yeah.
have such a good grasp of like musical tension and how to play with musical tension, where you're like, you're always interested in what's going to happen next. But then they do this thing where, which is why I got hooked in the beginning. It's like, you think it's going to go one way. You think the song is going to go, oh, we've done this now. Now we're going into a soft bridge, or now we're going to hit it hard with
edging you.
beats. But then they don't.
Gone
then they
from
throw.
orgasms to edging.
Oh my God, this has
is
gone
amazing.
We've lost the plot. This has gone
I
off
love
the
this.
rails.
I am disgusted.
No, but you're right. Musical
Just a sick
tension.
old lady. What can I say?
Well, but they always do. They always do something unexpected, like change the song or the tempo or how the vibe is.
I was gonna say, so that song is roughly, I would guess, between like 135 and 140 BPM, and the drums are played in halftime, but all the synths are really fast and kind of at like an even pace. So there's it to me it almost reminds me of math rock.
What?
Math rock. So math rock is
It has
of
math
like-
in it, so I wouldn't have ever paid attention to it.
I don't know how to describe it, but they use a lot of mixed meter, which is where you change dynamics and tempos in the song.
Okay.
The only difference is, well, they're not technically changing the tempo; they're changing the way the wave form. Because
Like,
so
like-
let's say perfect example of mixed meter. Do you remember when Lady Gaga sung the national anthem for Joe Biden's inauguration?
Yes.
Okay, how it would go, how she would elongate a note, and the instruments, the orchestra behind her would almost slow down, and then immediately burst back in and go a little faster. So here's a time signature. Here's 4/4. And it goes on for a little bit, and then here comes a new time signature, 3/4. It's just mixing different tempos in one composition. So what they're doing in kind of almost reminiscent of mixed meter is like in the beginning that synth, the way they oscillated that's saw synth. I'll explain wave formats at some point, but that saw synth, the way they oscillated it to go up and down from a half step, that's technically not in tempo. It's detuned and distorted enough that it's not in tempo. So then as soon as that bass hits and you hear the snare, that sets the tempo. And they do it again in that initial break, and then in the very end break where that 808 walks down, that's sort of, it's all staying in tempo, but they're playing, how do I put this? They're using triplets.
They love triplets.
They're
That is
using-
something I have noticed.
Yes.
They love a triplet.
They're using triplets to break up the different parts of the songs, the verses and the choruses and the breaks. They're using triplets to do that in order to give you that tense feeling of, oh, is it slowing down? Oh no, it's coming right back in.
Yeah.
So it's
No,
like
and then-
mixed meter.
Fake out.
They like the fake out. Like right here, you expect it to do something, and then it.
That face.
Yeah.
This is
Here.
Yeah, spider, you got me locked up, ayy. 산처럼 묶여.
Pause it. So there's absolutely no music, and you hear that beginning rolling. That they're using that to fake you out on the tempo, and he comes back in on an eighth note, pew pew pew, 1 and 2.
that part goes so hard.
Yeah.
and it's so funny.
But that's how they did that. That's how they
pew-pew?
broke that up and made you that tense, like you think it's going to be, and then
Wow.
he comes in soft with his verse, and it's like, oh, it's the same beat, but he's now stripped it down just like production wise. I don't know if that was a choice on his part, but if the person that was in the studio with him said, no, do it this way, it adds relief to that, sorry for lack of better terms, edging.
That is the other cool thing about them is they're self-produced. Like,
yes.
Really?
Three Racha.
That was one of the first things that you had said.
Are
like, I love these
three
guys.
members that produce their own stuff, which
Who
is
are they?
Han, Changbin, and Bang Chan.
So that guy in the beginning.
Yes. He is,
I love you even more.
Well, and also the one where you were like, oh, I love him. It's basically like they all can rap. Look, they're all super talented, but it's like the three rappers are also the producers, and they make their own beats and they do their own mixes and stuff. From a rap standpoint, I also appreciate the different types of flows that they bring, the different tones and the different, cadences and like
the textures.
Like here. He has what I call, it's probably not the correct term, but like a crunchy tone, like a raspy, like he's very like
nasal raspy.
Yes, so he has that tone, and then we get
almost like Betty Boop. Sorry.
We get to
That's a very good. That's very good.
Hyunjin's part, which I would. It's not lazy rap, but you know what I mean, where the flow
it's
is
soft.
Yes, and
it's pillowy.
We get.
He's wispy.
Yes, and I also love how his like soft hand movements almost go with the style.
Well, it's very so like in dance, specifically ballet. Your hands are very much so a part of your movement, so that it has to be very light and airy, and it conveys a certain message.
Yeah, and he's
very his voice is very airy, and he's keeping his hands light and airy.
They're very smart performers.
Very. Everything goes with everything.
And I love this echoing on the word silence, and then we're right into Han's rap, which is a different flow, a different cadence, a different like I love that
falsetto was smart. That falsetto was smart.
Such a good choice.
When he comes in after silence, they cranked up the auto-tune. So he's hitting the same note, and when he hits that falsetto, he hits it an octave higher. So the first guy didn't hardly, I mean, he had auto-tune on it, obviously, because with synthetic music, you almost have to have auto-tune regardless. But they cranked it up, and they didn't crank it up to the point where he sounded like a robot, except for that okay part. But they did it so that his would be punchier.
Yes. People have a misconception about auto-tune. Auto-tune works auto-tune works the way they're portraying it if you're already good at what you do. If you're already a good singer, it's supposed to add to it, which it's obviously doing. It's not correcting their pitch in any way. It's just enhancing what they're already doing.
Yeah. Well, because, all rappers, even like old school hip hop, they rapped in key.
Yes.
Because, like, as you're talking, you're hitting all the notes on the scale. Yeah, you're hitting different tones. But so if I rapped and I did it kind of nonchalantly, like, it doesn't matter what my voice sounds like,
it would not sound good.
It wouldn't sound good at all. You're right. It would
sound like you were off key.
You have to almost rap it in a way, your tone inflections, you have to rap in a way that goes along with the music.
So just like a brass instrument. you have to be able to hit the tone
Yeah.
You can hear it in this
with
part.
your mouth.
Yeah.
With your voice. With your air.
That's my favorite.
This is a really good example of
도망 못 가 여길 빠져나가서 어딜 가 주변에 랍도 않는 분위기에 사로잡힌
That's
나니
just so smart.
it's so smart.
So like I said earlier, where the brass hit comes in and out against their accent notes, that they're singing, that they're rapping, in comes that siren synth. They're all playing the same notes, but at different intervals. And I mean that, like, the siren comes in and goes down and then back up. The 808 stays on one note, goes up. The brass goes boom, boom, like, and it comes in and out and cut off. They're all playing the same notes, but they're playing them in different.
Okay. So let's pretend I'm old.
Do we
it
have to
pretending?
pretend? Oh, sick burn.
What is an 808? Because I don't know what the hell
okay,
you're
so-
talking about.
808.
I don't know any of this new fandangled stuff, you know.
So 808, I believe, initially started as a drum kit, and I believe Roland is the one that
Okay.
designed it. It was a synthetic drum kit that you got like on a drum machine, because back in the day, you didn't have computer drums.
Right.
You had to have a machine that played the drums for you and inputted them into a recording.
Right.
And 808, for lack of better words, evolved in rap music specifically, and pop music, especially now, especially with like Post Malone and stuff like that. It's a sine wave. So a sine wave is a wave format, because you've got 4 basic wave formats on synthesizers. You've got a saw, a triangle, a square, and a sine. And all it is a sine wave pitched down and distorted, essentially. And there's many different types of 808s, and there's different filters and plugins and EQs you can put it through. But you know that like big boomy bass sound and a lot of...
This is what you like about your truck when you go turn it up, and that's why
Got it.
you're
all,
like, oh, my butt's
all
vibrating.
music,
My butt's
yeah,
vibrating.
all
Okay.
music, especially even country music now, in order to get that big bass effect in a lot of recordings, like studio recordings,
That's that
whom,
that I'm hearing?
boom,
Okay,
that
yeah,
play.
yeah,
So
yeah.
in rap music, especially, and in trap and pop music, it plays the
that
root
bass
note
with
of the
attitude.
chord. So it's like a kick bass. It's
Okay.
a bass drum that goes along most times with the kick drum.
Okay.
And it's a really great way to fill up space and room while driving the song. And there's so many things you can do with an 808. You can make it really distorted and kind of sound tinny. My favorite is when it's really where it's really bass heavy and really compressed, and it swoops, it glides up and down.
Yes.
Like
Okay.
like in that boom 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 boom, in that when it gets to that brass hit, that's the 808.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm with you now.
I think they just made really smart decisions.
they did.
I
Yeah.
think I'm read, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I read that this whole song was inspired by the plucky noise sample. And I think
Wait.
that
thing?
one,
Yeah.
yes. I think a DJ that they had worked with previously, an American DJ.
Okay.
Oh, I'll have to look. Anyway, I think that he made that.
Okay.
That do. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they heard that and they were like, oh, it sounds like spider webs breaking.
Oh, like
and
they're
it was-
playing it on a spider web.
Yeah, and it was the inspiration for the whole song. So it, just like the plucky noise immediately got me interested in the song. It was what...
Well, it sounds like,
inspired
you know
the
how
whole
like
song.
when you go up on a guitar and you've got all the strings down and it does that
Yeah.
kind of sound.
Yeah.
Almost,
Sounded like...
it's a plink.
Yes, a plinky noise.
Yes,
Plinky noise.
but the way that they edit it is they turned up reverb, but they shortened the release of the reverb, and then they so it's either some type of metallic plink.
So what it is it's to signify the stretch, because that part, and then the one at a time plunk 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 plunk.
Oh,
So it's a stretch of the spider web, and then the breaking of individual threads.
Oh, I like
individual
that.
threads.
Takeaway is, in my opinion, Venom is a banger. Stray Kids make bangers. Very excited to listen to more and kind of break down.
I think they're smart. I think that they, production-wise, are very, very, very smart.
Yes.
I think that was it for Venom. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. We have plenty more content and videos and songs we want to get to. So yeah, thanks for watching. I have to go in and go in.
Bored.
Oh.
Uh-oh, we're in Missouri.
Who shaped my head like this?
God.
We'd like to have a talk with him. John Cena. What are they feeding you? Smelly cat, smelly cat.